Hey guys, it's Reese, and today I am going to be answering some of your questions about what it is like to be a YouTuber. So I filmed a video of this nature well over a year ago, but my channel has grown a lot since then and a lot has changed. So I thought I would ask you guys again to just send any questions my way that you had about what it's like to run a YouTube channel, what it's like to be a YouTuber, all of your YouTube related questions. And I am now here to answer those for you. So for those of you who might not be familiar, on top of running this channel, I am also the owner of a channel called Spellbooked. You've probably seen my videos in your recommended section before. I now have 580,000 subscribers on that channel and over 330 million channel-wide views, which is insane. And I know a lot of people are curious about what it's like to kind of do YouTube full-time, and you know what it's like to have a platform where you have so many people who are watching you and what resources you get access to as a bigger creator. And so here I am, and let's get started with me answering some of your questions. So the first question that I will be answering is, how did you get into video editing / what is an easy way for beginners to start? So I've been making stuff on iMovie and Video Star since I had access to technology. I first started making actual edits when I was in 6th grade, and I downloaded Vine, and I noticed that people were making Harry Potter and fandom edits on Vine, and I wanted to do that. So I re-downloaded Video Star and started making Harry Potter edits. From there, I moved to iMovie and Final Cut Pro and After Effects. If you want to start editing and you have just no idea where to start and you are just a beginner, I would recommend starting with a really user-friendly application like iMovie. If you have a Apple product, it's free and it's pretty easy to use. You don't have as many features as a more advanced editing software, but it's where I pretty much started, and I would definitely recommend starting there so you can get to know all the basics. There are also a ton of tutorials on YouTube which teach you how to do a lot of different effects. If you saw something in a video once and you want to know how to do that type of editing technique, just look up how to do blah 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 iMovie on YouTube and you will find somebody who will walk you through how to do that. Okay, so the next question is, when did your channel start getting more popular? And then I'm gonna go into the second part of the question in a minute. So my channel first started getting popular when I was a freshman in high school, so I was in grade 9, and I had uploaded a video called Steve Harrington Being a Mom for 5 minutes straight. It was right after Stranger Things 2 had come out, and somehow that video got 1 million views, and I was so confused. I didn't understand. It was the first funny type of video I'd ever made. Before that, I was an Instagram and a Vine editor, and I did a couple of YouTube videos, but it was all very much editing based, an actual editor, not just making funny videos. But yeah, and then from there I started making more for different fandoms, and I realized that people kept watching them. It wasn't just a one-time thing, so I decided that I would kind of pursue that as the path that my channel would be going on more. So then the more intricate edits, and then I would just make intricate edits whenever I felt like. So for the second part of this question, I got asked multiple times in a variety of different ways, but basically the question is, how do you balance YouTube with school or other elements of your life? So like I said, my YouTube channel really started getting popular when I was in, when I had just started high school. I had made edits throughout middle school, but it wasn't anything that was super popular. It was just something that I did for fun. Thankfully for my edits, it's not something that's super time consuming, and it's not something where this channel where I have to sit down and I have to film something all at once. I can just edit in phases if I want to. A lot of times when I'm going on vacation, I'll edit on the plane because it doesn't require Wi-Fi, and it's something that I can utilize my time wisely with. But honestly, it's never really been a problem trying to balance it with school, because I really only upload once every about 2 weeks. So I really just pick a day and I just kind of sit down and I make the edit, and then I go through the whole uploading process, and then I schedule the upload, and then I'm done. I used to do Instagram editing, which was much more time consuming because those were real, actual, very difficult to make edits that I was doing on After Effects, and those took a really long time, and Instagram editing was honestly just super toxic, and I had to upload every other day, and it took way too much time, so I actually quit doing that. I think right in like the middle of my sophomore year. I think now, if you don't know what like Instagram editing is, the equivalent would be like TikTok editing. I think a lot of people have moved to TikTok to edit. Definitely the edits on TikTok are not as advanced as they were in the Instagram editing community, but it's still fun to like have them pop up on my For You page. And sometimes I'll make edits because I guess it's trendy now, so I'll be like, oh, I feel like making an edit, I'll just post it on TikTok, and then I'll do that. So that's kind of fun. I just wanted to elaborate also on this one, which asked about time management. They also asked, do you know how the algorithm works now? So I think the YouTube algorithm is actually pretty straightforward. It's a lot less complicated than like TikTok and Instagram, where I really don't understand how those work. For me, the YouTube algorithm has always worked pretty much in my favor in that it recommends my videos a lot to people who, let's say, like if you watch an interview with Tom Holland, like he's on Jimmy Fallon or something like that, then my video will probably pop up in the recommended. Any of my Tom Holland or Peter Parker videos will probably pop up in your recommended, just because my channel has a large following and the video probably has a decent amount of views and it links the two things together. So the algorithm does tend to link my videos to anything that has to do with pop culture, which has definitely helped my channel get the amount of views that it does have. You can honestly be watching something that doesn't even have anything to do with Marvel, it's just like in the pop culture realm, and it will sometimes recommend my videos. I honestly don't know why. Some people ask me, they're like, are you paying YouTube to put my video in your recommended? Like, I'm not subscribed to you, why do your videos keep popping up? I literally don't know. I have no control over the YouTube algorithm. Sometimes I have videos that don't really get put into the algorithm, and you can definitely tell that. It's also weird because the amount of views that my video gets totally is determined by what's trending at the moment. Like, I uploaded a Loki video a couple months ago, and since Loki wasn't really popular, it probably won't get that many views at first. And then now that Loki, the TV show, is out, a ton of people, it will get recommended to them because they're watching like Loki Easter eggs, Loki trailer, Loki whatever, and then my video will come up even though I uploaded it several months ago. It will come up because it's relevant to the topic, and then all of a sudden a video that I uploaded, like I don't even remember making it, is suddenly getting hundreds of thousands of views. So that's kind of just how the algorithm works for me. So I would definitely say, if you're trying to get the algorithm to work in your favor, I would upload stuff that is trending right now or you think is gonna have like a large amount of people looking up that specific subject, because then it's more likely to be recommended to other people, more so than if it was something just like totally random that you came up with yourself that's not really anything trending right now, then it's less likely to be recommended. The next question is, do you ever feel like it's too much to handle, especially with your massive amount of following? If yes, how do you deal with it? If no, do you think you'll be able to carry this out for longer? So honestly, I don't have a ton of pressure when it comes to making my videos, just because my channel is editing based. So it's not like something where, I mean, obviously a lot of people know who I am. Like, if you're watching this channel, you know who I am, but a lot of people don't actually like know me personally. So there's not like a person that they're blaming when I'm like not uploading. It's kind of just like videos where they pop up every now and then and you're like, oh, this is fun, I'll watch this. So I don't really feel like I have a lot of pressure to upload super often. Like, if I don't feel like making a video or I don't have time to make a video, then I don't make the video. Like, sometimes I'll go a month without making a video and then I can just upload one and it's like I never left, because the success of my videos more relies on the algorithm and, you know, what's trending at the moment, more so than it does like how often, like my schedule of uploading. So I kind of just create my own schedule. I used to upload once a week right when my videos had started getting popular and I had a lot more like content to work with. And now that I don't have as much content to work with, especially since like no new movies have been coming out and stuff, I've slowed down, which I think is fine. It hasn't really affected anything about my channel. It just lowers my amount of stress. Next question. Do you ever go through periods of time where you aren't as into some of the media you show in your edits and it's harder for you to edit things involving that particular thing? This I've talked about before, but the answer is 100% yes. So I originally started with editing Harry Potter. That's kind of like what a lot of people know my channel from. My profile picture has been Emma Watson forever. Some people literally think my account is run by Emma Watson. It's not. She's just my favorite actress. But people find my channel through Harry Potter, and then when I upload something that's maybe not Harry Potter, like Marvel, I have a pretty solid base for on my channel as well. A lot of people subscribe for both Harry Potter and Marvel, but let's say like Stranger Things or Star Wars or something like that, a bunch of people will comment and they'll be like, edit more Harry Potter, upload more Harry Potter. And the thing is, I love Harry Potter, but it's not, I mean, I did have a resurgence recently, like Harry Potter TikTok really brought back Harry Potter, but there are so many other things that I'm interested in, and no new Harry Potter content has come out in so long that I've kind of made everything that I can make. Like there are only so many types of videos I can make about Harry Potter before I use all of the footage that I have available, and I'm just like recycling content, which is what I've actually had to do because so many people are asking me for Harry Potter stuff, and then I just have to kind of like use the same stuff that I've already made, which isn't good content, but it's what people are asking for. But I'm never really like excited to edit Harry Potter anymore. I really enjoy editing new stuff. So like when the entire new season of Loki is out, I'll make a Loki video, and that will be really fun for me because it's something I've never worked with before. And I get to be more creative with it because it's new for me, and that's just like what I enjoy editing more, but I don't always have the opportunity to work with something new. There's a lot of periods of time where nothing new comes out, so I kind of have to just work with what I have, but it's not as fun for me, so I'm more eager to edit when I have something new to work with. Okay, next question is, would you ever want to collab with any other YouTubers and make one video together? I would absolutely love to collab with any like big fandom YouTubers or just any big YouTubers that I like personally. If they would ever want to work with me. I am moving to the Los Angeles area in August, and I promise you I'm not one of those YouTubers who's like, I'm moving to LA guys because I want to pursue being an influencer. I'm not. I'm moving there for film school, but I know so many creators live in LA, so that like that really opens up my opportunities, where if I ever wanted to do more stuff that involved other creators on different platforms and stuff, I'm gonna have more access to like YouTube itself and events and people. So once I get settled there and I can like figure stuff out, I would love to connect with other people who do the kind of like the same thing as me, or who are interested in the same thing as me. And I would love to do collabs with anyone who will have me. Okay, so I got a lot of questions related to like YouTube analytics and like ad revenue and stuff. So someone broke it up into a few parts. So I'm just gonna like answer this pretty generally, just because it's like, you know, it's like personal financial information. So I'm not, and it's also kind of available if you look up on those like Social Blade type websites. So I'm just gonna speak very generally. But some questions include, how do you deal with sponsorships? Where does most of your revenue come from? And how do you deal with copyright claims? But I've been able to work with some really amazing companies like Box Lunch, literally my favorite store for years and years, and I've finally been able to work with them, mostly through like Instagram and TikTok, not necessarily through my YouTube channel, but that has been so amazing and I love them. But yeah, sponsorships are more like you have to have a business email and they more reach out to you, but there are also programs where you can kind of reach out to them or like apply to be in a program, and then they're pretty selective, but they will if they like your content and your platform, then they will choose you to represent them. As for the revenue, I would definitely say most of it comes from ad revenue, which means if you're not really familiar with how YouTube ad revenue works, every time there's an ad on a video, someone's getting paid. If there's a copyright claim on your video, the person who filed the copyright claim is getting paid. If there's not, which there's no way for the viewer to know if there's a copyright claim or not, but if there isn't a copyright claim, then I would be getting paid. If you're looking to do merch, the most popular company people use, or at least if you don't like, you're just kind of trying to do it yourself, you're not trying to like build an actual like business for merchandise, most people just go through Teespring because it has a direct link to YouTube, like it will put it right on your channel. I wouldn't say you make a ton of money through Teespring. They do take a large portion of your profit if you try to keep your prices reasonable. Like I try to charge like $20 or $25 for a shirt because I feel like that's reasonable, and then Teespring only gives you like $3 for every shirt that you sell. But if you were to place your price point at like $35, then you would probably make like $10 for every shirt you sell. So it all depends on like how much you're comfortable with charging. I wouldn't say merch is like a huge source of revenue, but it can be. It depends on like what designs I have out and like how much traction they're getting and stuff like that. And honestly, people think I have like a magical secret of how to work with copyright claims. I don't. A lot of my videos get a copyright claim, anything that has Warner Bros in it will 100% get copyright claimed like before you even upload it, because they have all of their movies put into YouTube's copyright system, so they just catch it right away. Other stuff, if your video gets popular, someone might watch it who works for the company and then be like, hey, that belongs to our company, and then they'll copyright claim it. But it's really just hit or miss. Like, I don't have any advice on how to like avoid copyright claims. Just like, it depends on the content you're using, it depends on how long of a clip you're using, it depends on if it has like background music in it. It's just a lot of factors, and I don't know, it's a kind of like a game at this point. And lastly, I'm gonna close out with a question that's like a little more personal, but like directly related to the success of my channel, which is what made you apply to film school, and do you think your YouTube skills and your channel Spellbooked will help you be successful in film school? So I actually made a video about, you know, my whole experience applying to film school. If you want to watch that, I will link it down below. I would definitely say that I was influenced to apply to film school because of my YouTube channel. I started editing now, that's like probably like 6 or 7 years ago, and I just like fell in love with editing so much, and the way that you can like change how a piece of work is viewed just through the editing. And I decided when I was in 8th grade, that was when I knew for sure, was that I wanted to be an editor. I knew I wanted to go into the film industry. So all throughout high school, I kept editing. I took media productions classes. I did stuff with broadcast journalism. I figured out, you know, like what I was kind of interested in film. I built my portfolio. And then again, I have an entire video talking about this, but I applied to a bunch of film schools and I got into one of the top 10 film schools in the country. So that is where I am going to major in film production. So I don't know necessarily if I am going to be an editor, but I know that that's a path that I am going to be able to take with my major if that's what I want to do. And secondly, I do think that my channel will definitely help me be successful. I know it helped me with my application because I talked about it in like my essays, and I put it on my resume because this has been my job for the past 4 years. And I definitely think that it showed that I was able to be creative and be successful at being creative. And I think I have a lot of skills that I've learned from working on my editing softwares for so long, and for working so closely with a lot of different films and like narrative pieces and stuff like that, that I don't know everything and I'm not an expert in anything, but I think I have a good foundation that I have learned from, you know, working creatively for so long. And I think it will just help me not go in blind. Like, I at least kind of know what's going on, but I still have a lot to learn. I just will be a little less lost than I would be if I had never started editing. So yeah, those are all of the questions that I'm going to be answering in this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you watch this channel, it actually means a lot to me, because I'm actually going to be working on building this channel more now that I am leaving to go to college in the fall. So definitely expect more content on here, but also I'm not abandoning Spellbooked. I just might not be uploading there as often. But yeah, if you watch my videos on either channel, just thank you so much for supporting me, and thank you for allowing me to do what I do. I love doing it, and I really wouldn't want to do anything else. And I feel really lucky that I'm able to edit and people actually watch my videos. So yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye!